everybody, this is Dickie D, your DC tour guide, and I am going to take you down Minnesota Avenue. Minnesota Avenue continues as Sheriff Road ends. So we will begin at the intersection of Minnesota Avenue and Nannie Helen Burroughs Avenue. This intersection exits to Route 295 and Kenilworth Avenue, which then leads you to Kenilworth Park. We will start here in Northeast DC and work our way down to Southeast DC along Minnesota Avenue. Over 3 miles away, at the end, will be the cross street of Good Hope Road. And entering Minnesota Avenue, you'll notice the start of Marvin Gaye Park. The park was rededicated to the Motown R&B singer Marvin Gaye on April 2nd, 2006. Which would have been his 67th birthday, and the famous singer grew up in the area. So let's continue down the street towards Minnesota Avenue Metro Station. We'll pass a fire station, a gas station, and a residential area for a few blocks. Now let's make our way down the street to Grant Street from Nannie Helen Burroughs Avenue. The renovation of the metro station is constantly being improved because this is the beginning of the new Minnesota Avenue corridor. The new pedestrian bridge being built because of the Kenilworth Bridge collapse on June 23, 2021. It connects the Kenilworth Avenue neighborhood to Minnesota Avenue. On the other side of the street is the renovated Carter G. Woodson Middle School, which is now a charter school called Friendship Collegiate. Moving a little further down the street, next to the metro station, is the Department of Employment Services. The American Job Center is located inside of the Department of Employment Services. Job training, resume writing, and a job counselor are some of the things that you can find available to Washingtonians here. Now let's move 1 block away to the new downtown Ward 7. This new name change comes with the rebranding of this area. The new building is of mixed use of residential apartments and business storefronts on the first floor. There's a large car garage in the back. This area has been slowly improving for about 7 or 8 years now. The new sidewalks were added sometime last year in 2020. Now let's go across the street to a small strip mall that has anchored this neighborhood for decades. And right behind the strip mall is Fort Mann Park, which can be entered into blocks away on 42nd Street. This strip mall has had several name changes with the changes of the businesses inside of it. The new anchor fast food restaurant is Shark Fish and Chicken, so now it's called Sharks Plaza. As we move down the street from the strip mall, we'll pass an AutoZone, a daycare center, and a beauty supply. We'll come across the street, and now we're at the intersection of Benning Road and Minnesota Avenue. And Benning Road can lead you downtown DC to the west and up to Prince George's County, Maryland to the east. The first shops we'll see are 2 clothing stores. And next to that is the old Senator Theater from my parents' childhood. It has been updated with 2 businesses added inside while keeping the old facade. Now moving further down the block from the Senator Theater, we'll pass the new location of the Unity Clinic, the Cricket Phone Store, a liquor store, a 99-cent store, and what was the Dollar Tree. And across the street is a Yum's Fast Food, another clothing store, the post office, and a dentist office. Let's go down to the end of the block to where the Dollar Tree used to be, at the intersection of Minnesota Avenue and Dix Street. The Dollar Tree closed its doors weeks ago for the demolition of the Unity Clinic. The Unity Clinic moved a few doors down to a smaller facility. The empty lot is now building the new Department of General Services. The government agency has agreed to move its headquarters to Senator Square at the request of the mayor. Mayor Bowser asks that any agency looking for office space to first look in wards 7 and 8. Standing at Minnesota Avenue and Dick Street, you'll notice the Safeway shopping center right behind the post office, surrounding a large parking lot in the middle. The East River Park Mall, which we call the Safeway Shopping Center, includes CVS, Citibank, the Uber Hub, a laundromat, and a dry cleaners, as well as Safeway and the post office. Let's go back to Minnesota Avenue and move down a block from Dick Street to Clay Place. On one side of the street, we'll start at McDonald's, then move past a fast food carryout, a liquor store, a pharmacy, and then we'll end at Bank of America. Going across the street, past the empty lot, is a Chase Bank and then 2 gas stations. This area will be rebranded and renamed Northeast Heights. There are plans to close the Safeway grocery store and renovate with new businesses and add another grocery store. Now let's move down Minnesota Avenue from the intersection of Clay Place down to Blaine Street. On Blaine Street, there's a new Church's Chicken restaurant. There was a list of complaints from the neighborhood concerning yet another fast food restaurant being added to the many other junk food, fast food establishments in the area. Church's Chicken remains open today. Next to the Church's Chicken is an apartment building. This building is the Allen House Senior Apartments, and this building has been open since 1991. Offering affordable housing and independent living for senior citizens and the disabled. Moving next door from the apartment building, this small facility is a DC government-owned building. With a sign in the window, this Care First is temporarily closed due to COVID-19. Now let's go to the end of the block, to Valero Gas Station. This gas station has been the location of several murders and physical assaults, giving this spot a very bad reputation. And directly across the street is residential housing. Now let's cross the street of Ames Street and Minnesota Avenue. This intersection starts with Greenway Liquor Store, which has been here for decades. The Greenway Liquor Store is the last store remaining from the larger Greenway Shopping Center that was torn down years ago to make way for a new apartment building called Solstice. Moving from Greenway Liquor Store was going to the Solstice apartment building. The Solstice has luxury 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments with affordable units also available. But instead of a Minnesota Avenue address, it is considered an East Capitol location at 3534 East Capitol Street Northeast. The Solstice apartment building inhabits one city block with one end of the building on Minnesota Avenue, while the front of the building stretches all the way down East Capitol Street and the back of the building reaches to 35th Street. Looking across the road at Greenway apartment buildings from Solstice, we will cross East Capitol Street while still traveling down Minnesota Avenue. East Capitol Street is the border street that divides the city from the eastern part of the city to the southern part. We will now leave Minnesota Avenue Northeast for Minnesota Avenue Southeast, DC. Meadow Green Courts is also called Greenway Apartments. There are 1, 2 or 3 bedrooms with 1 or 2 bathrooms available. Rents run from over $1,200 up to over $1,700 a month. And these apartments are not considered luxury or a luxury complex. The Greenway apartment complex is a very large complex. The multiple buildings cover 2 city blocks. If we look across the street of Minnesota Avenue and A Street Southeast, we'll see houses that have been updated in this area in the last 10 years. And then we'll end 1 block away at B Street and Minnesota Avenue Southeast. A newly built senior living apartment building rounds out the end of the block at Minnesota Avenue and B Street. Further down the road is more residential housing. Let's travel way down Minnesota Avenue from B Street to M Street. As we continue down Minnesota Avenue, we will travel past more residential areas of houses and apartment buildings. At F Street, we will ride past a very large Fort Dupont Park. This historic green space is host to picnic areas, a playground, gardening areas, nature walks, as well as summer camps and summer concerts, among other events and activities. Still traveling down Minnesota Avenue, we will cross Pennsylvania Avenue. Pennsylvania Avenue will take you to downtown DC towards the Capitol Building, the White House, and the National Mall to the west, but will take you miles into Maryland to the east. After crossing Pennsylvania Avenue, we will come to the end of Minnesota Avenue, minutes away at Good Hope Road. And there you have it, the long stretch of Minnesota Avenue in Washington, D.C. Thank you for riding along with me, and I hope to take you on more sightseeing trips in and around D.C. I will see you in the next video.